Welcome everyone to my latest spray art video. This one is going to be a giant green planet, a smaller pink planet, but split down the middle with masking tape. And I'm going to put a big tree in the foreground just for added effect. If you like this one, please hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. And also share it with your family and friends, that would be superb. And if you like these type of spray paintings, I'm going to put some more up in the cards. So please sit back, relax and enjoy. Thank you. Oh, nearly forgot. Don't forget to drop me a follow on Instagram and a like on Facebook. Thanks very much. Alright, so here is today's shipment. So graphcity.com. If you want to buy any spray cans, I'm not affiliated with them at all. I'm not going to get any cut on anything that you buy. I'm just giving you the link so you can see where I got my paint cans. If you do buy from them, tell them that you heard them from me. So here we are, let's see what's in this first one. And they are still shipping amongst all this chaos of the world just now. Yes, what have we got here? We've got shock pink. We've got some blue magic. We have some shock red. And we have shock blue. And then I've got two cans of my favourite, which is flame blue. I use a lot of that. And here okay, so we have some clear coat. We have, why don't you come on over, Valerie. We have cherry blossom. And lastly we have some baby blue. And also, because the caps constantly clog up, Graph City give you some caps free for your order, and I also bought another 10 of the skinny Montana caps. Okay, so we're going to be using probably the shock pink, maybe a bit of the red in today's painting, and today we're also going to be using green apple, flash yellow, vivid green, and maybe a bit of the dark green. We'll see how it goes. Alright, sit back, relax and enjoy this one. Let's get set up. Alright, so we're set up here. We have got the paper masked down at the edges and masked down the centre, just with standard masking tape, and I've also got my stencils laid out in place. It's a plastic lid and a gloss card cut out for the planets. So with any new spray cans, I usually give them a good shake for about a minute before we use them for the first time, and we're just going to spray the outline of our stencils so that when we lift them off we know exactly where our planets are going to go. Alright, so once we've sprayed in our main colours, we want to add in the shadow and the dark side of the planet. The dark side. You will not believe the power of the dark side. So this one we're just going to spray some gloss black on the bottom left hand corner in a circular motion, and that will just make the planet look more three-dimensional. Alright, so now you've sprayed the white on top of the planet, it's time to use some scrunched up gloss paper to give it a pattern and a textured effect. You just lightly rub your fingertips across the top and you're going to get some nice lines like so. And that leaves you with the nice green, bright and yellow colours coming through, and the white that was sprayed on top is left looking like bits of land or something like that. Just touch up any black bits that you want and you're good to go. Alright, so we're going to do a similar process for the pink and purple planet in the top right hand corner. I'm not going to talk you through it, it's basically exactly the same as what we've done, only I'm going to scrunch up the gloss paper in a slightly different way, which will leave a different pattern on the planet. Alright, so now we've got our stencils back on. You only do that once the paint's completely dry, of course. You saw me using the hairdryer just to speed things up. Now we've got our stencils back on top, we're going to just spray the outsides of each section that we've masked off. So this one I want to have some greens, some dark blues and some darker colours in the bottom left. So I'm just going to spray various colours of greens any way that I think looks good. Alright, so because we've masked this off using tape, I don't want any of this pink and purple paint overlapping with the greens. I'm just using my straight edge over the top of the tape just to stop any paint overspray. Alright, now time for one of my favourite parts. Time to make this big planet pop out the page. And the way we do that is we spray some bright colour. I'm using some bright yellow and greens. And we're going to just spray light behind the big planet. Look like a star or something sitting behind it, just creeping out the side. And I'm just going to spray a little bit of white on top of this, and you'll see the effect it has when we remove our stencil. Alright, so I'm just going to use a little sponge here. I'm just going to dab in some texture into the colours that we've already sprayed, and that's going to give some nebula and space effects, because covering it with some flame blue. And before we remove our stencils, I'm sure you're all looking forward to, we're going to add in some stars as well to the whole thing. Alright, time for the stars. I'm just spraying some white paint onto the ends of my fingertip, flicking off the excess and then flicking it from about a foot away onto each section of our painting. Alright, now it's time to remove the stencil. Let's go! Yes, look at that. See the effect that the white and the yellow paint behind the planet's had. Contrast against the dark side of the planet. Makes it pop out the page. And I'll just take off all these weights that I've used for the other stencil and we'll remove that right now. See how this one turned out with a different effect with the gloss paper that we used earlier on. Yes, look at that. See the difference? It looks as if it's exploded or it's got lines coming directly from the centre. Different look to the green planet. What one do you like the best? Comment below. Alright, now it's time to take off the masking tape. This will have a good effect. Wait till you see this. Just be super careful when you're taking this off. Don't want to tear the paper underneath. and we want to make sure that none of the paint has bled underneath. If you put your masking tape on properly, it should be very crisp, sharp lines. Looking good so far, eh? Last piece, let's go. Excellent, what do you think of that? Look at the effect that's had. Superb. Alright, so now it's time to paint in the tree, but we're going to paint the tree across all of the white borders that we've put on using the masking tape. And that'll just give it a different effect. The tree looks as if it's popping right out of the page. Alright, so I'm going to add in some shooting stars here, and the way I like to do it is I like to get my palette knife and just dab it into some gloss white paint and just drag the palette knife from bottom to the top, and that'll give you the effect of some smaller shooting stars. I've done these in other ways in the past, doing bigger shooting stars by folding some paper and spraying the gloss white paint right onto it, but for this one I want them to look as if they're in the distance. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I decided that I wanted to put some more detail into the tree, so I'm using my smaller palette knife for some clear gloss paint. I'm going to scratch away some lines and some light effects on this tree, and it'll just make it pop out that little bit more. And with that, I think we'll call this painting done. Just going to spray it with gloss, clear coat, left to right, top to bottom. Always do that, it gives it a nice shiny effect when you frame it. And I'll just lift it up here so you can see a close up. I really like how those planets turned out. I think the effect that the trees had going over the board is really good. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know if you want to see any more paintings done like this. Please hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. My next video is going to be Batman. They're filming Batman right up from where I live, the new Batman movie. So I thought, let's just do a Batman spray paint. I haven't done one before. There's loads of them on the internet. I'm going to try and make mine a little bit different. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next week. I'll leave you with some cinematic shots of the finished painting. Thank you everyone. This is Sprayartguy signing out.